Hey guys, this is Roxann Smithers with Smithers and Ume-Nwagbo, your trusted 360 General Counsel, and this is a note from my legal pad. If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. That's wise advice because you never know when an opportunity or a lifeline is going to present itself to your business. And in order to seize upon that opportunity or a much needed lifeline, you'll want to make sure your business has its house in order. Now, an ordered house can range from your corporate governance to up to date financial records to secured legal rights and obligations. So in this three-part series, we're going to talk about the 3 C's of having your legal house in order. That's going to be your corporate governance, contractual rights and obligations, and claim mitigation. So let's take stock of our businesses and get ready. Okay, so this is part 1 in our 3-part series on how to have your legal house in order to be ready for opportunities or lifelines that might come your way. And this is corporate governance. So we're going to talk about really 3 major things that you want to make sure that your corporate governance house is in order. Obviously, the first is your legal formation and accompanying paperwork. You want to make sure that if you are a partnership, if you are a corporation, if you are an S Corp, if you are a limited liability corporation, that you actually have that legal status with your governing state. And that means being registered in that state with the Secretary of State in most cases with your status. You want to make sure that that registration is up to date. Most states have an annual or biannual registration fee that has to be paid, as well as additional information that has to be provided and up to date with your organization, with your records with the state. Then you want to make sure that whatever format you have the documentation that shows how that structure is going to work. So if you're a partnership, you want to make sure you have a partnership agreement that is in place and that you're following. If you're a limited liability corporation, you want to make sure that you have your operating agreement in place. That details the roles of the various members of the organization, their contributions, both financial and equity to that organization, and their rights and powers within the organization. And then you'll also want to have your bylaws if you are a corporation or an S Corp. And again, like the operating agreement, it details how the organization is going to be run, who is going to serve in various positions and capacities within the organization, what are those rights and obligations, and what is the organization empowered to do. Anytime you're looking for financing, looking for an investor, or looking for support outside of your organization, they're going to want to make sure you have those documents in place. Next, you want to make sure that you have either your tax ID, or some folks call it your employer identification number for your business. If you think of your business as a baby, it's a boy, your EIN or tax ID number is the social security number for your business. That's necessary to open your bank accounts. It's necessary to receive payments from certain types of customers or suppliers, and particularly government entities. It really helps you to establish your business as a separate legal entity. If you're in a specific business or industry or geographic location that requires licensing, you want to make sure that your licenses are up to date. Now, many municipalities, counties, or states require every business to have some sort of licensing. And then if you're in a specific industry or a specific profession, there may be additional licenses that you are required to have in order to run your business and to provide your goods or your services. And finally, if you are interested in pursuing opportunities that are based upon identification certifications, such as a women-owned business enterprise, a disadvantaged business enterprise, a veterans business enterprise, a disabled business enterprise, or a minority business enterprise, you want to make sure that those certifications are once again in place and up to date. Now, once you got your legal structure in place and confirmed, Then the next step is making sure that you take care of the financial integrity of your business. That is having your finances for your business wholly separate from your personal finances and the personal finances of any other individual or the finances of any other business entity that you have and that you're running in addition to this business. There should always be separate bank accounts. Again, you're going to need that EIN number or that tax ID number in order to open a bank account. Often banks will want to see your formation documents as well. That's showing that you are a legal entity in your respective state. You want to make sure that you are up to date on your tax filings for your entity and not just for yourself personally. Whether your business actually pays taxes directly or whether you are taking the benefit of pass-through taxation, all entities must still complete a tax return and file a tax return with both your state and with the federal government. So you want to make sure those are up to date. Make sure that your business has issued its 1099s to vendors or to any individuals to whom that business has provided funds over a certain amount in the prior calendar year. You want to make sure if your business collects sales tax that those taxes have been collected and then paid back out to the state or the county. And then you want to make sure that you have been issued from your business the appropriate tax documentation, whether you are listed as an employee of your business and you receive a W-2, or you're listed as a partner or a member of a partnership or an LLC and you're receiving a K-1. You want to make sure that those documents are accurate and up to date. Finally, for many businesses that are looking to increase their credit profile to move forward with third-party financing, it's often helpful to have a DUNS number. This is another way to identify your business when your business is acting out in the world to help create a credit profile for your business. Then the final category within corporate governance that you want to take a look at, that's making sure that you have a clear process for tracking your financial activities and financial contributions to your business. If you have reimbursable expenses, meaning items that you pay for in advance for your business out of personal funds with an expectation that your business will then repay those funds to you. You want to make sure that you have a process for keeping a record of reimbursements, approvals for reimbursements if there's more than one partner or more than one member of the business who's subject to reimbursements, and a process for how those reimbursements are paid back. Similarly, if you are looking to loan funds to your business, either short-term or long-term, you want to make sure that you have records that are documenting that there are specific terms for the loan, how long is the loan going to last, whether there's interest, what's the payback period, and any penalties associated with not paying it back. And again, understanding how that process is going to work and having that documentation in writing to track loans that are made and any loan repayment that is provided between you and your business. Finally, if you're called to put additional capital and additional investment in your business, you want to make sure that you're tracking that as well, that is documented, whether it's an update to the partnership agreement, update to the shareholders agreements, or update to your schedules where you're tracking that. And then you'll have to determine whether or not those capital contributions are going to make any changes in the equity to the business. And that's particularly in case of one member of an LLC or member of a partnership putting in additional funds and that's not being matched by the other partners or the members. That can change the equity distribution within the business. So those items need to be decided and documented. And so these are some of the key areas that you'll want to take advantage of looking at and getting ready for in the event that an opportunity presents itself or your business is at a point where it needs a lifeline from an outside party. If you'd like more information from the attorneys at Smithers and Ume-Nwagbo, you can go to our website at STU Law Group. You can find us on Facebook or LinkedIn. And this has been a note from our legal pad.